Hi friends, and welcome to my YouTube video on buying an Airbnb or an investment property. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the pros and the cons of investing in a rental property, along with some tips and tricks to help you guys make an informed decision. I've been asked to do this video quite a bit, so I wanted to jump in. So without further ado, let's do it. Okay, pros of buying an Airbnb or investment property. First and foremost, a lot of people love this, passive income. One of the biggest benefits of owning an Airbnb or an investment property is the potential for passive income. And with the right property and management strategies, you can earn steady rental income over the years without having to put a lot of effort into it. Second, appreciation. Real estate tends to appreciate over time, which means that you're likely to see property values increase as the years go by. So if you're looking for a long-term investment, an Airbnb or a rental property could be a really good option. Okay, next, tax benefits. Owning a rental property can also come with tax benefits. You may be able to write off certain expenses, such as property taxes, mortgage interest, and repairs, which we don't like, of course. These can all add to a lower overall tax liability. Next, diversification. Investing in real estate can be a great way to diversify your portfolio. If you're already investing in stocks or bonds, adding a rental property to the mix can help spread out your risk. Next, control. As a property owner, you have control over your investment. You can choose which property to buy, how to manage it, who to manage it, and when to sell it. This level of control can be empowering for many investors. Okay, let's talk about the cons of buying an Airbnb or an investment property now. There are some high upfront costs. Buying a rental property can be expensive, with down payments typically ranging from 20% to 30% of the property's value. You also need to factor in the closing costs, the maintenance expenses, and other fees. Okay, so let's talk about HOA restrictions. This can be a big hurdle for some. Newer homes usually have an HOA, and they can be restrictive on short-term rentals, and some may require a fee, and also the HOA will require you to get a city permit. And when people are purchasing investments, they don't want a lot of maintenance. So in order to avoid having this, you should be buying a newer home. Less than 5 years old would be the ideal time. Okay, so ongoing expenses. Once you've owned a rental property, you're going to be responsible for these ongoing expenses, such as property taxes, insurance repairs, and the maintenance. These costs can add up quickly and may eat into some of your rental income. Next, tenant issues. As a landlord, you'll need to deal with some tenants, and such as late payments, some property damage, and of course evictions. While many tenants are great, there's always that risk for running into difficult renters. Next, vacancy risks. Even if you have a great tenant, there's always that risk of vacancy. They're eventually probably gonna leave. If your property sits empty for a few months, you're still going to cover those expenses, which can be challenging if you're relying on that rental income. Also, market risk. Real estate markets can be unpredictable, which means that your property's values may fluctuate over time. If you're relying on appreciation to make a profit, you may be disappointed if the market doesn't perform as well as you had hoped it would. So these are my tips for buying an Airbnb or an investment property. Do your research. Before buying a rental property, make sure to do your due diligence. Research the local market. Analyze those potential properties. Talk to other landlords in the area. Discuss with your realtor which are the best to invest in. Crunch your numbers. Make sure that all expenses and calculating your potential rental income, consider things like property taxes, insurance, repairs, and of course vacancy rates. Consider property management. If you're not interested in managing your property yourself, consider hiring a property management company. They can handle things like tenant screening, rent collection, and maintenance. Have a plan. Before buying a rental property, make sure to have a plan in place. Consider things like your investment goals, your timeline, and of course, your exit strategy. So overall, there you have it. Those are the pros and the cons of buying an Airbnb or an investment property, along with some tips and tricks to help you make an informed decision. While rental properties can be a great investment, they're not right for everyone. Contact me if you have any further questions and follow me.